All right. Let me know. I'm gonna grab water as you guys vote. Like an educational. It's probably the word you're looking for. Dominaria draft. I don't know if I know the set well enough to be educational in it. Probably us learning together. Right back. Okay, what does chat want? 90% Dominaria. All right, let's do it. Quick draft Dominaria. All right, I think it's actually harder to make money in quick draft than I do in competitive draft. What set is this? All right, let's go look at Dominaria. So white, black, green, red, blue. A while since I played this one. What am I looking for in here? This was a very fun one if I remember correctly, but it has been a while since I played it. Alright, the Sphinx is pretty good. So Candle's super slow, but okay. This is sideboarding, which we don't get. Maybe you could main deck one Pierce the Sky, but it's not very exciting early. The Raider is whatever. It's not even bad. Warlord's Fury. At least it cycles, but it's a sorcery. First Strike is a great trick, but not so much as a sorcery. The Ballad is really strong. The Sphinx is really strong. The Journey Mage is pretty decent. Rescue's bad. The Knight is fairly bad. Charge is fairly bad. Sorcerer's Wand. It's amazing that Charge is a 1 mana and the +2/+1 is a 4 mana. What a difference. Sorcerer's Wand is okay. Spore Swarm is okay. Goblin Barrage. It's kickers in this. 4 damage target player or planeswalker. That's 4 as a sorcery, 4 damage removal, which sometimes can hit face. That's decent. Yeah, it's maybe a little bit better. It's instant. I didn't actually process that. All 4 of these, and this guy's just super unexciting. He's a 4/3 for 4, but he costs 3 different mana colors. So it's these 4 are the ones that I'm considering. The Sphinx is just a super solid blue flyer. Journey Mage is pretty good, but not amazing. If you compare this to Exclusion Mage, which is 3 mana 2/2 that bounces, this is a 5 mana 3/2 that sometimes is a 4 mana 3/2, which is a little bit painful. I like the removal off Goblin Barrage, but I don't love red. I think I'm going Sphinx. All right, I got excited when I saw a double, what are these, Saga enchantments, but this is a bad one, and this is a pretty bad one too. What does this guy do? 3/3 trample, cast a spell, spells kick, plus a counter. 3 for a 3/3 trampler is fine. Llanowar Elves are good. Mammoth Spiders fairly good. Chronicler's okay. Thalad's pretty damn good. The Skin Witch is pretty damn good. I wouldn't mind a Thalad here. Can we go black-blue? Or a Skin Witch? I like a 1/3 blocker, which a secondary effect that's pretty decent. It's between these for me. It's funny, because like this was when I started playing this game again, right? And I mean since the last time I played it was in middle school, right? When I started playing this game, this was the draft out there. And it cycled out pretty quick, and we've had N19 for a bunch of weeks now, and I've been playing like, a couple hundred hours of Magic since then. And seeing these for the second time, seeing them with the experience that I've gained in the last like couple weeks of playing really changes how I see these cards. So I'd probably take the Thalad, but I might play the Witch. Could do either. I kind of like the Witch. Let's grab the 1/3. All right, Time of Ice is fucking incredible. Confessor's decent. Divest is okay. Seems like a pretty easy Time of Ice to me. Okay. Fits our color. Oath of Teferi. Enters the battlefield, exile another target permanent you control. Turn to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. You may activate the loyalty abilities Planeswalker you control twice each turn rather than only once. Not very good for us. There's a Thalad over there, which is decent. Sentinel's whatever. The Arcanist is whatever. The Snapper is okay. This seems like a pretty easy Thalad to me. Second Thalad is an Omnivore. There's a Blink of an Eye, which is a really good one. I think I'd take Blink of an Eye over a Thalad right now. Omnivore is not bad either. I really liked Omnivore when I played him last, and he has synergy with Thalads because he eats Thalads and gets huge. It gives you life. But I think I'm taking Blink. It's quasi-removal. Final Parting. It's not playable. Academy Drake's decent. It's a flyer that sometimes is huge. I don't remember what Guardian does. Return another target historic permanent you control to its owner's hand. Divination is pretty good too. I think the Drake over Divination. I've heard that Solar Seed, but I haven't looked into it yet. Memorial to Folly is recursion as a land. I think that's pretty solid for what we're trying to do here. 2/3 is not bad either, but I like Memorial to Folly. Which is Mastery. Hexproof. You can't lose the game. When you gain life, draw cards. When you lose life, sacrifice a permanent per point of life you lose.
Quitters never win.
All right, do I want a Scholar or do I want a Paladin? So what are historics again? Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas. We have a saga. Hear that? Hear the silence afterwards? So we have one synergy with that. Prefer a 2/3 body to a 4/2 body. All right, Welcome back, Divi was taken. Thank you very much. I guess that could be Divi was taken. Thank you for the resub. 9 months. Okay. Cyclops to stay open. I think we're pretty solidly blue-black right now. I don't want these cards. Is there any one of these cards I want slightly less? No. Take this. I like the Chronicler. We're pretty solidly blue-black right now. I think I'll take Soul Salvage. It's possible I want to play that. Take a Divest. Don't even mind. Oh, I didn't look at what that last card was. Somehow it didn't register that it was my color. Let's hope it wasn't important because I don't know what it did. Take the Memorial to War, I guess. Sure. Oh, I just picked up 3 land destruction cards. All right, let's take a look. What does this thing do? This is in my color. It's a legendary creature. It's an avatar. It costs 8. You sacrifice any number of creatures. Spell costs 2 less for each creature sacrificed. When it enters the battlefield, up to 1 target player's life total becomes half their starting life total rounded down. Torgar, Famine Incarnate. Sexy dude. Card's pretty good. What's Song of Frailes do? Until your next turn, creatures you control gain tap to add mana. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. They gain Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructible. It's pretty fucking annoying and pretty strong. Sentinel is a 3/3 flasher who triggers the entry effect of one of your historics. 1/2 sacrifice an artifact, draw. These cards are not playable except for the Incarnate. I don't know if the Incarnate's playable yet, but I think we'll see. I think I'm taking him. Surveyor, Sparring Construct. I'll take the Incarnate. We'll see. Let's see if it treats us nice. This guy is probably worth splashing for. 4/4 Vigilance with a bunch of really fucking solid effects. What else is in here? Creature you control with power or toughness 1 can't be blocked. 1. So 1/3 for 2. It's an interesting ability. You can ping people down with that kind of. But I think that's what was there. Counter target non-creature spell untapped. That's not playable. Demonic Vigor. Colony. Feral Abomination. Okay, there's nothing else in here that's playable in our deck. These 2 are the only playable cards. This is probably what we're doing with the splash. Okay. The Nurturer. What does Marwyn the Nurturer do? 1/1, another elf enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Marwyn the Nurturer, add amount of power force equal to... Okay, so it's an elf with a bow and a baby. I bet you she can't use both at the same time, unless she's using the bow to launch the baby, which would make the Nurturer title super sarcastic, and I'd get a kick out of that, and B, what a great idea that would be. She shoots babies at us! That would be fucking amazing. There's a Grunt in here. We're not playing green. Final Parting's not playable. So it's another Skin Witch, Acolyte. Acolyte's decent. 3/2 flyer that mills you a little bit. I think the Drake is actually preferable to me than the Acolyte. So, yeah. Neat cards in this pack, though. A lot of good green ones. That card's super playable. Card's okay. That card's playable. Super playable. 10/10 or 20/20 when it attacks people. So I'd probably take the Drake. Maybe the Skin Witch, but probably the Drake. Okay. Howling Golem. Artificer's Assistant. Scholar, Fungal Infection, Skin Witch. I like... Oh, there's a War Chief in there too. The Howling Golem's kind of neat. Fungal Infection is totally decent combat trick. And Skin Witch is a very solid little creature. I don't know. I liked Fungal Infection last time I played this, but it's been a while and I'm not sure that it's all that great. Maybe. I kind of like this Howling Golem. It sounds kind of cool. 2/3 for 3. I like the stats. I don't mind drawing cards. Tough to say. And Galgramex. Yeah, this is another token we can sacrifice. Sure. Whatever, we'll take the combat trick. It's our second combat trick, I guess, with Blink of an Eye. Alright, Dark Bargain. I like this card a lot. It's a draw card. What does the Cinder guy do? It's okay. Not excited about 5 for a 3/3 ground flash. 1/2 precognition field. You may look at the top card of your library. You may cast the top card of your library if it's instant or sorcery. Exile the top card of your library. Seems very slow. I grab Dark Bargain and be pretty happy about it. Third Academy Drake. First Feral Abomination or a Blood Tallow Candle. There's also a Primordial Worm, a Llanowar Envoy, and Corrosive Ooze for green. There's a Phoenix in there. None of these cards are particularly exciting, but I'll take a third Drake. We got good flyers right now. There's a Garna in here. I'm not playing red as well, though. I think Garna's decent, but I don't think it's so good that I need to splash for it. And I'll take a second Dark Bargain and be happy. And there's a Gorger. It's not bad either. Some really nasty green creatures in here. Can we get some better removal? Scryland versus Paladin versus Rescue. I don't want Rescue. I don't think I have. I still only have, I think, one legendary, 2 legendaries. We now are getting 2 potentially, 3 if you count that. Maybe there's some argument for the Paladin. Curve doesn't say there's an argument for the Paladin, but maybe. I think I'm taking the Scryland. 1, 2, Arcane Flight. There's that Paladin I don't want. Rat Colony. No, I don't want a Rat Colony. 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 These picks are breaking my mind. Scholar. We're not playing that. Lava Runner. All right. Oh wow, green. We missed green, chat. Green would have been fun. Card's fucking disgusting. It's unkillable. It's forever. This card is good. Slimefoot is good. Really good. Game-winningly good. Not so much good in our color. There's a Divination, but we already have 2 Dark Bargains. I don't know that Divination is better than Dark Bargain. Dark Bargain's instant speed for 1 more mana and lets us be a little bit more selective. Oh, God. So we're already splashing white for this. Could we splash white for something else? Is she really good? Let's take a look at her. She's 6 mana, which is expensive but not unplayable. +1/+1 for each land you control. So she's a 6/6 when she's cast. And for 2 mana, you bounce 2 lands to your hand, and she pops back to your hand. You can never, ever fucking kill her. Ever. Drop blue. Pack 3, the start of Pack 3 is not the time to be picking up green, I don't think. Our plan right now is kill them with blue flyers, right? Oh yeah, and Reach and Trample. Let's not forget Reach and Trample. Trample and Reach are both extremely relevant. Card's fucking amazing. I could splash for Slimefoot. We have no mana fixing right now. I have no removal spells right now, so my plan is beat them the fuck down with flyers. That's my plan. Beat them the fuck down with flyers. This card is not going to help me with that plan because I'm not going to have white mana early enough for it to be relevant. Card maybe. Oh, it's not flying. I thought it was flying. There's no way I'm putting 2 green mana in my deck for this. It's not playable in pack 3 chat. Card's amazing, but I don't think it's playable. So the Slimefoot for a green splash maybe, or the Tallow Candle for some sort of removal. It's slow removal, but it's removal. It might get rid of a flyer that lets me kill them. Or the Slimefoot for some sort of synergy we don't see yet. You can riot, chat. It's okay. This is like a child in the supermarket telling you, buy me candy or I'll stand here and scream. So you just let it stand there and scream till it gets tired. And you ground it for life. Can you deny a possible opponent? No, I'm drafting versus bots. You don't hate draft here because it's versus bots. You don't really hate draft in regular MTGO either, right? Because there's too many players you're playing against for it likely to be that. Drop blue. Remember when our goal was to kill them with flyers and 4 of our fucking blue cards are flyers? What would our goal then be? Kill them with Paladin? It's between these two. I don't know which of these. Could even get a big feral abomination at the end of this. I think this is the better pick. I'm going to pick this. Second Triumph. Wish I was playing white. Second Sphinx is really good for us. Let's grab that. Black blue. Second Skin Witch is decent. Sarah Angel is floating around there. It's too bad we aren't different colors at this point. We've seen a lot of good stuff. I'd even pick this up, but I don't think we're going to have enough white mana for that. Let's grab the Skin Witch. Could use another early drop that does something to the mid to late game. Soothsayer's not even terrible. Figure's pretty bad. I like Short Sword. It has a lot of value on flyers. Seems like my pick. Soothsayer's an option 2. We have enough things to sacrifice. It has really good synergy with Thalads. We only have 1 Thalad right now. 2 if we play that, we're not. Let's take the Short Sword for the flyers. It's like a bad axe here. I actually generally prefer Short Sword to axe, but I think in this deck, axe would be better. Servant's decent. Everybody's favorite fucking constructed card. There's a Wind Rider here. There's a 3/2 black flyer. It can go with our theme. Or a Voltaic Servant for just clogging the ground. But I don't think we need that. Let's grab the Servant. Or the Acolyte, excuse me. Indestructible Wall. Fuddle. Maybe playable. The Vest is maybe playable. Aspiring Construct is maybe playable. Kind of don't mind the Aspiring Construct. Block with it. Chump block with it. Buff a flyer. Don't mind the wall either. 0/6 is a pain. It's just a 4 mana wall is kind of expensive. Yeah, I don't know. All of these seem good to me. The Befuddle is a little bit slow, but it makes you trade super well. We don't have any removal. Like, we haven't drafted a good deck because we've been offered 0 removal. Our removal right now is Blink of an Eye plus Caligo's Skin Witch. And we need to play that as a combo. We need, what's that, 6 and 4. It's just 10 mana. Constructor Befuddle for sure. I don't know which, though. The wall is not terrible, but I don't think it's playable. Oh, I don't think the Vest is a card here. Memorial, since I'm splashing anyways. It's not a very good land, though. I don't care about 2 whites, 2/1/1 white soldiers for fucking 5 mana that isn't white, or 4 mana. I think this has synergy with all of our cards, so I'm going to grab that. I don't know how much I like Befuddle. Maybe. It's an instant that saves a flyer. I don't know. It could have gone either way. Arcane Flight, Even Sentry, Navigator's Compass. It's mana fixing that we probably won't play. There's Another shepherd. Shepherd's still here. Like, what if we had gone green? We'd be the happiest people alive. We'd had the most ridiculous green deck. Let's grab the compass. We're probably not playing it. Take a confessor. Don't even mind the card. Feral Abomination for a big dude. I'm not playing a third scholar. What colors am I again? At the end of the draft, shouldn't I know this? Demonic Vigor. You bet. Second Abomination versus Feral. Second Vigor. Did I just say Abomination versus Abomination? Yeah. Take the Flame of Keld. An Orcish Vandal. Okay. Wish we had removal. Isn't there quite a bit of removal in this format? I remember there being removal in this format. Maybe there's not, and I'm just imagining it. Soul Salvage is probably playable here. So what are we on terms of deck list? 46 of 40. Didn't end up with as many playables as we've been ending up with in M19. I don't think 2 Feral Abominations are making the cut. I don't think Slimefoot makes the cut. I think I prefer the Knight of Windgrace. I think he is a bomb and a little bit slower. This guy I think has good synergies with stuff we're not playing. 4 remaining. 19 lands? I don't think so. 10, 17 lands. We'll get to fixing lands in a minute, but yeah. No dual lands is awkward. Demonic Vigors. Navigator's Compasses. 41. I might actually play a Demonic Vigor. Like, I'm not joking. I want the Soul Salvage. I don't think I'm playing Paladin. Alright. Cyborg Blue, use red. That sounds like a really stupid thing to say. Alright. Compass could help with Slimefoot. Yep. And if I get either of them independently, they're just 2 dead cards in my deck. So that's exciting too. Got so many mana sinks, you'd go 18 lands. I count 1 mana sink. The 1 mana sink is literally Ariel. Ariel? Whoever this fucking person is. Do you mean I have expensive cards? Sure, but that's not what a kicker, that's not really what kickers are for. It's not like I'm waiting to turn 7 to play this and hoping I get land drops along the way. You play this on 2 and hope that if you draw this when you have 7 land, it's not useless. So no, I don't have mana sinks. You're conflating expensive cards with mana sinks. So mana sinks are something you do repetitively, like activate a creature ability. And even this isn't much of a mana sink, it's only 3, right? But that kind of thing's a mana sink. Something you're doing with your mana in the mid to late game. Expensive creatures are just expensive creatures. I'm not sure this card is ever going to get summoned. And a 7/6 ground creature isn't that exciting anyways. So let's say I sacrifice 1 creature on average. So it's already 2 for 1ing me when it enters the field. Let's say I get lucky and I get a Sparring Construct or a Thallid token or a Fungal Infection token. So I get 1 of those things. In that case, it costs me 6 mana. 6 mana, 7/6 non-trample. I guess it's summon effect might be relevant. Maybe. I suspect that card's not worth playing. I think you're thinking about it wrong. I'm playing a lot of X3 ground shitters, which do nothing to mid-game, late game to help. I think I'm playing 2. I'm playing 2 2/3s only. There's no other ground shitters for 3 in the mid-game on my entire deck. And these aren't mid-game creatures. These are early-game creatures to stop floods. I think that's fine. This holds the ground as I beat them down in the air. I suspect you're thinking about it wrong. We kill them with our 5 flyers, 6 flyers. Maybe we use something on the ground later. We draw. You think having 2 drops? So my entire 2 drops are 2. I have 2 2 drops. I think this will be fine. 1/3s aren't shitters, and these things have kickers. Our kicker cards are flexibility. What you end up playing for kickers is you pay slightly overpriced creatures, although 3 for a 2/2 is pretty bog standard for a 2/2 flyer, right? Which has a secondary ability that makes it more flexible, so I can play it early or play it late and it doesn't suck. That's kind of what the kicker effect is for. Same with the Skin Witch. 1/3 blocker is totally fine in the early game. Slows down any sort of push on my health total, and if I draw this a little bit later, I get to mill them for 2. It's like combination Mind Rot in the mid game or a early game 1/3 blocker. That's a really flexible card. That's a really solid card. And maybe it's a body to sacrifice to Torgar if I get him in the mid game. I'm kind of okay with this, guys. I don't even think this is that bad. Maybe not. I mean, we're missing, the big thing is we're missing removal. We maybe should think about, can we get Slimefoot in a little bit later? Maybe Slimefoot is better than this guy. Tap X, untap Knights you control. Destroy target creature with power X or less. This is a creature generator. For 4 and a 4/4 vigilance creature that we don't mind attacking with. I think that's okay. I think I'm going to keep that. All right, I don't mind the deck. I'm a bit worried that we will run into the fact that we just don't have the removal to deal with their bombs. And I remember a lot of bombs in this format. But I drafted every piece of removal available to me. It just so happened that my only pieces of removal available to me were Blink of an Eye and Fungal Infection. And cards not my color. So I think this card is close to the cutting block, but maybe not. All right, so let's fix our land. Void's a little awkward here. Need at least 2, if not 3 planes. Oh, what just fucking happened? So early, I need black and I need blue consistently, so this can't be too spread out. I don't think I'm playing Void. Okay. Compass owns Feral Abomination. I don't think so. I think Compass is pretty bad. But we'll see. Cut a Scholar over Torgar. So 3 planes for this guy. It's about as many sources I can get. I just totally lost count. This is 15, 18, 17, 18. So we're 1 over right now. How do I feel about 8 black sources, 7 blue sources, and 3 white sources? It's kind of harder to splash a 3rd color. Any tips for drafting? Go look for a draft list and listen to what we're talking about when we explain the cards. All right. 8 black, 7 blue. 7 blue enough? We want to play Drakes on 3 and Scholars on 3. Is it worth splashing this card? This card is strong. It's one of my few bomb style cards, but God, I don't really want to pay 3 planes for that. I have 18 land. I do have 18 land. It's a fair point. Thanks. I think Slimefoot's easier to splash. Costs me exactly the same. Costs me 3 green lands to play it. If I'm real greedy, I can get away with 2. All right, let's try this. Maybe we should be thinking about Compass, but probably not. Remember that Compass has to be, it does nothing, costs me a mana to do it, and doesn't actually add a land, it just changes a land. What would we cut potentially if we wanted to mana fix that way? Cut a plains, add another land, add this. So we're essentially adding a dead card. Plains is better in Compass, I agree. I'm not talking about going down below 17 lands. Be another card. Torgar maybe. All right. right, let's check it out. What are we calling this draft deck? This is like Pecked to Death 2.0, I think. All right. And we need a smaller bird there for sure.